Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're not just visiting any old place, we're taking a stroll down some of the most ancient streets on the planet. Streets that have seen more history and drama than every reality show combined. Forget the Champs-Élysées and Abbey Road, we're heading to Mesopotamia, the original downtown, where the pavement has witnessed the rise and fall of empires. I'm your guide, Sam, and I'll be navigating you through these legendary lanes with a healthy dose of awe and sarcasm. These streets have survived conquerors, poets, merchants, invasions, and even the invention of the selfie stick. So if you're ready for a travel show that's less about luxury hotels and more about places that predate plumbing, let's get started. Our first stop is the legendary Al-Mutanabbi Street in Baghdad. This is Iraq's answer to Amazon, but with more poetry and zero delivery drones. For centuries it's been Baghdad's intellectual heart, a river of paper and ink, lined with bookshops and cafes. Here, books aren't just sold, they're worshipped. Every Friday the street comes alive with people from all walks of life, browsing, debating, and connecting. It's a symbol of resilience. Bombed, burned, but never silenced. You'll see vendors arranging everything from dusty tomes to glossy new novels, students haggling, and old men lost in poetry. The statue of Al-Mutanabbi himself stands at the end, looking out over the Tigris, judging your travel attire probably. This street is a living library where the past and present are in constant conversation. Even if you can't read Arabic, just point at a book with a cool cover. It's what I do. Walking here, you're not just a tourist. You're part of a centuries-old tradition of knowledge-seeking. It's inspiring, chaotic, and profoundly human. Long before Kindles, there was this, Al-Mutanabbi Street, a must-see for anyone who believes you can't kill a story. Next up, Al-Rashid Street, a road that's seen more revolutions than your local coffee shop has seen pumpkin spice lattes. Built by the Ottomans, it quickly became Baghdad's commercial and cultural hub, lined with ornate, crumbling buildings. This street is a living timeline. Protests, parades, and political upheaval have all played out here. Today it's a chaotic mix of old and new coppersmiths next to electronic shops, faded cinemas beside bustling markets. The traffic is wild, the noise relentless, but beneath it all is a pulse that's been beating for over a century. Al-Rashid is the heartbeat of old Baghdad where grandeur and grit collide. It's not polished or sanitized for tourists, it's real, raw, and utterly fascinating. Here, history isn't locked in a museum, it's under the wheels of 1,000 honking taxis. Walking this street, you feel the weight of a city that's survived everything. It's a place that shows you Baghdad's soul, and it's unforgettable. Brace yourself for Sharjah Market, a 1,000-year-old shopping experience that makes your local farmer's market look like a quiet book club. This isn't just a street, it's a labyrinth of commerce that's been thriving since the Abbasid Caliphate. Spices, textiles, toys, fabrics, if you want it, it's here, somewhere in the maze. The noise, the smells, the crowds, it's an assault on the senses in the best way. Navigating Sharjah requires the spatial awareness of a bat and the patience of a saint. Porters rush past with mountains of goods, shopkeepers offer tea and bargains, and every corner is a new adventure. This market has survived fires, bombs, and everything in between, yet it always rises again. The resilience of Iraqi merchants is legendary. They could probably sell sand in the desert. If you want to feel the raw, unfiltered energy of Baghdad, this is the place. It's not pretty or quiet, but it's real, 1,000 years of commerce and chaos in one unforgettable neighborhood. You'll leave with your bags full, your head spinning, and a story to tell. Just remember the way out, or you might become a permanent resident of the spice aisle. Sharjah is Baghdad's commercial heart, beating strong through centuries. Enter if you dare. Now let's visit Al-Kharata, a district that proves being cool isn't a modern invention. Long before artisanal coffee and vinyl records, Kharata was Baghdad's trendy neighborhood. It's always been cosmopolitan, a place for leisure, shopping, and people-watching. Families and young people flock here for evening strolls, ice cream, and a taste of normalcy. The area is home to Baghdad's Christian community with beautiful old churches tucked away. Kharata has faced tragedy, but people keep coming, refusing to let fear win. Walking here at night, neon lights and laughter fill the air. It feels normal, and in Baghdad, that's precious. Kharata represents the city's present and future, a place of hope and resilience. It's where daily life unfolds with flair, reminding us that even in the cradle of civilization, people just want to hang out and enjoy life. The ancient hipsters would be proud. It's Baghdad's living room and everyone's invited. Come for the vibe, stay for the ice cream. Next we head to Al-Qadimiyya, a street leading to one of the world's most important Shia holy sites. The golden-domed Al-Qadamiyya shrine dominates the skyline, drawing pilgrims from across the globe. The main street is a river of humanity, flowing toward this sacred destination. Shops sell prayer beads, religious texts, and devotional items, catering to the faithful. The air is thick with prayers, incense, and the hum of a dozen languages. Even for the non-religious, the scale and beauty are awe-inspiring. Walking here is humbling. You witness devotion, joy, and the power of faith. It's a world away from Baghdad's commercial chaos, a place of history, spirituality, and community. Dress modestly, be respectful, and prepare for an unforgettable experience. Let's shift gears to Al-Mansur Street, named after Baghdad's founder, not a car dealership. This is one of the city's more affluent neighborhoods, home to embassies, private clubs, and upscale boutiques. The famous Al-Mansur Hunting Club and the Mansour Mall give the area an air of established wealth. Here, tradition meets globalization. Women in abayas walk alongside teens in designer jeans. The street is wide, tree-lined, and feels more manicured than most. But history is never far. Al-Mansur's name is a nod to Baghdad's 8th century origins. This street is about modern aspiration, quiet luxury, and the city's evolving identity. It's less about ancient chaos, more about Baghdad's place in the 21st century. No, you can't trade your camel for a sedan here, I checked. But you can see a city adapting and thriving. Next up, Al-Sadoun Street, a place where you literally walk in the footsteps of history, and maybe something else, so watch your step. This is Baghdad's hotel district, home to landmarks like the Palestine and Ishtar Sheraton, famous during the 2003 invasion. The street has always been a gateway for visitors with a transient international vibe. You'll find airline offices, travel agencies, and restaurants from every era. The architecture is a jumble mid-century gems next to concrete blocks. Al-Sadoun is practical, hardworking, and constantly adapting. It's the backbone of Baghdad's hospitality industry, a place of arrivals, departures, and stories. Not glamorous, but essential. And always, watch your step. Now we head south to Basra's Al-Basra Corniche, a riverside promenade that's been around since before riverside strolls were cool. In the evenings, the whole city gathers here. Families picnic, fishermen cast lines, vendors sell tea and sweets. The Corniche is Basra's social heart, relaxed and charming. Basra, once called the Venice of the East, is one of Iraq's oldest cities, and the Shat al-Arab waterway has carried stories for millennia. You can almost see Sinbad the sailor setting off from here. Sunken ships from past wars dot the view, but the feeling is one of peace and resilience. Children play, couples stroll, old men watch the water flow by. The Corniche is a reminder that sometimes history is best experienced in the simple act of a walk by the river. It's timeless, communal, and deeply human. Now, to Al-Faw Street in the ancient city of Ur, so old, it probably remembers when the wheel was just a rough draft. This isn't a bustling city street, it's a path through a 4,000-year-old archaeological site. Here, you walk where ancient Sumerians lived, where Abraham called home, and where civilization itself began. The street is a route through the ruins, foundations of homes, narrow alleys, echoes of daily life. Nearby stands the Ziggurat of Ur, a massive stepped pyramid dedicated to the moon god Nana. From the top, you see the scale and sophistication of a city that thrived when most of the world was wilderness. Al-Faw isn't about hustle, it's about the profound silence of history. It's humbling, beautiful, and puts our own lives in perspective. Here, you connect with the dawn of urban life. The story of streets began right here, thousands of years ago, and it makes you feel incredibly young. For our final street, we're back in Baghdad on Al-Muthana Street because every great city needs a street named after a famous general. Named for Al-Muthana ibn Haritha, a key figure in early Islamic history, this street sits near the former Green Zone, the nerve center of power. Al-Muthana is modern, wide, and lined with government buildings and embassies. It's a place of business governance and high security, a corridor of power, not poetry. The vibe is serious, reflecting Iraq's recent complex history. It's a physical representation of the state, connecting the machinery of government. Not romantic but crucial to understanding Baghdad today. A fitting end, a street of strategy and control at the heart of it all. And there you have it. A whirlwind tour of 10 Iraqi streets, more interesting than your family history, unless you're related to Gilgamesh. We've walked with poets, revolutionaries, pilgrims, and ghosts. Seen where civilization was born and where it refuses to die. These streets are living archives of human history, filled with resilience, faith, and hustle. If you enjoyed this journey, hit like and subscribe. My self-esteem depends on it. Who knows where we'll go next? Maybe a street only slightly younger than the dinosaurs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for another trip you probably shouldn't take, but definitely should watch.